Hello, BD fam. I hope you and your family are enjoying what has turned out to be a beautiful Wisconsin summer. This marks the first monthly message of the 2019-20 school year. As part of our continued and increasing communication practices, during the course of the year, our district will provide families with monthly resources or messages to keep you informed and put you in a position to support your child and all of our children in the BDUSD family. This month, I wanted to touch on two items. The first is vaping. Vaping has been something that has taken off in our community, region, and the nation over the last 18 plus months. It is an absolutely alarming trend that is negatively impacting our youth. There are both serious health risks and serious learning risks associated with what some have couched as a sort of in vogue thing to do. There are a few important things that we ask you to keep in mind when you are educating your child, setting expectations, keeping a close eye, and the like. Please take a moment to explore the link you see on this podcast or otherwise access the live link through our website. First off, from a medical standpoint, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes are generally unregulated, untested, unknown, and potentially very dangerous. What may have started as a form of smoking cessation has turned into a money-making industry that puts our children at risk. It may seem clean now, but history and recent exposure from hospitalizations associated with vaping reminds us that this can and will likely have negative and lasting effects. Please don't let your children purchase, borrow, own, or otherwise use a vape pen of any kind. It is unhealthy for all and illegal for minors. In addition, there is a growing trend of people accessing other oils containing illegal substances to use in the vape pens. This is even more alarming, and reports indicate that the concentration and ingestion of these substances through vaping have an even more negative impact. Of course, you might have a child that is so young you think this doesn't impact you, or your child may have demonstrated that they are responsible and healthy, so you aren't worried. I get that. However, this is our community, and it takes a village. Please do what you can to spread the message and keep students safe. Also, if you believe your child has any type of substance use or abuse issue, please contact your healthcare provider and partner with them early and often. Children are our most precious resource. Bad habits are most effectively broken early, and there are many people willing to help. If you need support, don't hesitate to contact our student services staff, and they can provide you with information about some helpful resources. Finally, I want all parents to know that vaping is not tolerated in our schools. This falls under the same policy as cigarettes and our anti-drug policy. Vaping activity on school grounds will not be tolerated. Vaping devices will be confiscated, and students engaged in this activity will be suspended and could even be expelled. Unhealthy behaviors that put any student at risk or detract from the integrity of our learning environment cannot be tolerated. Thank you for understanding and your partnership in keeping the safety of our students and the integrity of our learning institutions a top priority. The second topic for this monthly message is about sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is a modern-day form of slavery in which a commercial sex act is induced by force, fraud, coercion, or in which the person induced to perform such an act is under the age of 18. Sex trafficking represents 80% of all trafficking. On your screen, you see a great resource you can access regarding this topic. These can also be found on the monthly message webpage. We are fortunate to have great resources in this region, and these are the types of things we need to be informed on as parents. Why am I talking about sex trafficking, and why now? Simply stated, sex trafficking is a real issue and closer to home than we think. And the end of July marks a period of time where our children often have a greater amount of unstructured and sometimes unsupervised time. Sadly, sex trafficking throughout our state and nation continues to be a growing issue. We need to be vigilant. In this day and age, there are more opportunities for people with evil intent to access and communicate with our children. Cell phones and social media have opened doors that are not easily monitored or regulated. Some of the most effective things we can do are as follows. First, talk to your child. Make sure they know that there is nothing they can't tell you and you have their back. Sounds easy, or maybe it sounds weird. The bottom line is they need a rock and a trusted adult. You are the first line for them. Don't let the fear of disappointing you prevent them from sharing something that could help them. Second, make sure they know that if they don't feel comfortable talking to you, particularly related to their safety or the safety of a friend or classmate, they should talk to a school counselor, a police officer, or other professional that has a primary responsibility to care and protect them. That's the foundation, and here are some easy and helpful things you can do to promote general online safety. Please keep tabs on what's on your child's phone. Most often, it's technically your phone anyway. Moreover, don't allow them to have the phone in their room when they go to bed. Have a common charging area that's not in their room. Kitchens work great, even a hallway. The room creates temptation to engage in various things that need not be engaged. Research tells us that people who sleep with a cell phone near them tend to get less sleep anyway. Experience tells us that social media use, particularly outside of school hours and in the evening, tend to be the most common time for drama, cyberbullying, or other unproductive communications that detract from learning and well-being. Oh, and the phone as their alarm clock excuse doesn't really work. If it's in a hallway or common space within earshot, your child can still hear the alarm, or if they need to, go old school. Alarm clocks are dirt cheap, and they don't allow sexual predators or other people with evil intent into your child's world. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Please take some time to explore the resources that have been provided on this screen. There are also more links to review on our website. Finally, I know not everyone agrees with every position or statement I just made, but I can assure you that all we want is all you want, and that is what's best for your child's safety and learning. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's work together. It's good for everyone.